What's happening, y'all? UFC Fight Night, Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley this Saturday in Atlanta, and I'm looking forward to this fight card. First fight on the card we have is Jamie Lynn Horth versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Yeah, I'm going Jamie Lynn Horth by decision. I know a lot of people are picking Jamie Lynn Horth, obviously. You got Vanessa Demopoulos, not very good, 11-7, and she's coming up a weight class here. Jamie Lynn Horth is obviously she's 5 inch taller. She's gonna have massive reach advantage against Demopoulos here. And yeah, I just think it's a no-brainer to pick her by decision. And I really don't see her, finishing Demopoulos here. But yeah, just give me Jamie Lynn Horth by decision. Not really looking forward to that fight at all. Next fight up the card we have is Phil Rowe versus Ange Losa. Man, this is a tough fight to call. I really don't know. Um, Obviously, I'm going Losa by decision. I could see people, wanting to pick Phil Rowe with the reach and the height advantage, but I mean, listen, s- he's fought a year ago. I mean, 10 months ago. I mean, it's not that far apart, about 2 months apart each other. But listen, I just think Angelos is going to be more grittier, more willing to take the fight to him. Um, and yeah, I think Ange Losa is just gonna he's just gonna he's just gonna have more volume, more output against Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe, I think he's just gonna try to he could work behind the jab a lot, piece up Ange Losa, but I don't know. It's a really 50-50 fight. I can see either guy winning, but I think I'm just gonna go Ange Losa here. But wouldn't be surprised if even the Tapology odds are pretty close. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go Angelosa, but I could see the fight going either way. Oh snap! We got the babyface killer Cameron Smotherman versus Ricky Simone. As you can see, I got him by TKO in round two here, Ricky Simone. Really feel bad for Cameron Smotherman. I don't know why they would make this fight, put these guys together. It's just really bad for Cameron Smotherman. He got his ass kicked by Syracuse City. I ain't gonna lie. And it's a month ago, 6 days, taking this on short notice. He's still young. But I don't know. I don't think Cameron Smotherman's all that. I really don't think he has. I don't think he's gonna be like anything special in the UFC, in my opinion. And he's taken on a guy in Ricky Simone who is, you know, fought really good competition, knocked out Javid Basharat. Lost to Oliveira, lost to Mauro Batista, but no shame in that. Song Dong, no shame in that. Um, Beat Jack Shore, undefeated fighter, about 2 years ago. But yeah, this is just an easy fight to call. I mean, Cameron Smotherman really doesn't have any way to win this fight, not by knockout, not by decision, not by sub. I really could see Ricky Simone winning this either by sub, knockout, or decision. Either way. But yes, Ricky Simone here is the pick. Round two TKO. Next fight up the card, we have Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. I was very back and forth on this fight. I can really see Cody Durden just grapple fucking Jose Ochoa, but I don't know. Flyweights have pretty good takedown defense, and their cardio is pretty darn good. I know he lost to Loner Kavanaugh 6 months ago in his UFC debut, but Cody Durden is just very inconsistent. I mean, he's losing to very good competition. Tajir. He got Bruno Silva. Um, beat Matt Schnell, but who cares? Joshua Van, obviously very good. Um, but I don't know. I don't think Cody Durden's gonna like impose his will on Jose Ochoa, and Jose Ochoa is younger, 10 years younger. He's up and coming. Has pretty good power in his hands. Um, yeah, I think Jose Ochoa is just gonna piece him up. I don't think he's gonna knock Cody Durden out exactly, but I mean it could happen. They got a few people picking him by TKO. But yeah, I think it's just gonna be an easy decision. I think he's just gonna piece him up, maybe like 29-28 decision. Next fight up the card, we got Mr. Chris whatever his name is, versus Malcolm Wellmaker. Um, pretty easy fight to call here. I think it's gonna be Malcolm Wellmaker all day. Honestly, I think he's gonna knock him out, and I'm honestly thinking about changing this to round two TKO. I think he's gonna just beat him down round one, just really piecing this guy up. Um, and I know this kid just lacks head movement, which is not really a good thing, especially if you're going against a guy in Malcolm Wellmaker who's hits like a truck. So I mean, this is not gonna be a good day for Chris Matunyo. So yeah, give me Malcolm Wellmaker. It looked great in his last UFC debut, and big ups to him. I heard he left his welding job and because he got that 50K bonus. So big up to him, and I'm glad he's living his dreams and uh, fighting in the UFC. And he's gonna be something great. Malcolm Wellmaker is gonna be a great contender in the future. Next fight up the card, we got the two grandpas here, Mr. Court McGee versus the commentator Michael Chiesa. I know I've heard a lot of people entertaining Court McGee by just outgrading Michael Chiesa, but I mean the guy's 4 years old. Um, and it's not even in that like a heavier weight division, it's welterweight, so it's kind of in between a little bit. Um, and yeah, I think you know they're both good grapplers, but I think, given that he's 3 years younger than Michael Chiesa, I think he's just gonna have the edge here. Honestly, I might change this to sub. I really don't think. I mean, this fight could be a boring slop fest where it just goes to a decision, but honestly, yeah, I'm going back to that. Let's just go back to decision. I really think this is gonna be a boring fight. I'm not really looking forward to this fight. Two old men here, duking it out. So I'm just gonna take the younger one. They're both coming off on a win. Tim Means, 33 and 16, disgusting. Uh, and Max Griffin. These guys are just fighting in dead body of Tony Ferguson. Like, yeah, this fight's strange. Next fight at the card. These two fights kind of suck. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these fights. But anyways, we got Mr. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. I heard that this guy pulled out last fight at the Apex card, the Blanchfield Barber. Um, and this I don't know if this is a rumor or not, but I heard it was because of some herpes issues. So that's pretty fucking hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. Um, but yeah, honestly, I mean, how can you pick Paul? Look at this. Look at this. Lost to Bo Nickel, Bot Nickel. Lost to Brent. I mean, no shame in that, but I don't know. It's just it's just not a good look, and I just don't understand how you could pick Paul Craig here. You just if you're picking Paul Craig, you're just banking on like a fluke ass sub from the bottom. Like Paul Craig's game has been figured out. Everybody knows Paul Craig's game at this point. That's just the curse when it comes to being a one trick pony in the UFC. So just give me Rodolfo Bellato by TKO. I know he's not the smartest, Mr. Bellato here, but there's no way he can really mess this up. So yeah, give me Rodolfo Bellato by a TKO on the round one. Next out of the card, we have Mr. Alonzo Menafiel versus Umar Sy. Yeah, I'm going Umar Sy here by sub. Umar Sy, he starts his fight out really aggressive. Alonzo Menafield, he's getting up there in age. Granted, it's a heavier weight class and it doesn't really mean anything. But he looked like shit in his last fight against Julius Walker. I mean, it was really embarrassing. Split decision against a guy who is 6-0, and I think he is making his UFC debut. And I think Julius Walker is a basketball player, so I mean, you got this fucking basketball player making his debut in the UFC, and you're taking him to a split decision. And you're supposed to be in the top 15, um, at least in the top 15 at the time. Embarrassing. So just by that, I honestly think it's just gonna be Umar Sire all day, unless Alonzo Menifield just catches Umar with like a punch that he's not seeing coming and just knocks him out, which could happen. It is a fight, but I don't know. I think Umar Sy is just gonna be more. He's gonna be more slick. He's gonna be more. He's gonna be faster, on the feet. He's gonna be more. He's gonna be slicker on the feet. Um, I think he's just going to avoid the power of Alonzo Menifield. I think he's just going to, take him down, make him wrestle, wear him down. Like, once he gets tired, the more tired he gets, it takes all that power away. So Yeah, I can either see Morsi winning this by a pretty clean decision, piecing him up on the feet, working in the grappling, you know, and I can honestly see Alonzo Minifield getting taken down here and subbed, and I think that's what's gonna happen. I think Umar Sy is gonna take this guy down and get his back, and I think he's gonna choke him out. So yeah, give me Umar Sy here by submission, either round one. I might try this to round two. I think he'll just tire him out, come out round two, get him down again, and then just get on his back, and then yeah, choke out Alonzo Minifield here. Next fight up the card, we got a fellow Malik versus Cody Brundage. I mean, how can you pick Cody Brundage here? I don't know, unless he just like flukes like some KO against Mr. Mansoor Abdul Malik here. He's not winning this fight. Mansoor Abdul Malik is just gonna starch Cody Brundage here. He's gonna piece him up. He's gonna knock him out. This guy has vicious ground and pound. And yeah, Mansoor Abdul Malik is gonna be the future of this division, at least in the top 15, in my opinion. This kid has so much potential. He's 27. He's so young. So moldable at this point. And yeah, I just think he's just gonna beat the hell out of Cody Brundage here. Cody Brundage, I don't know. I think this might be his last UFC fight. He might get cut after this fight. Maybe not. He did get the knockout against Julian Marquez. I actually put Julian Marquez for this fight, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Cody Brundage. It's just very mediocre in my opinion. No offense to Cody Brundage, but that's just the truth, man. All right, next fight up the card, we have Mr. Cody No Love Garbrandt versus Hani Barcelos, and fellow Ohioan and Cody Garbrandt. Great story for Cody Garbrandt. He comes from like humble background, from Ohio, troubled past too, but got to the UFC, became champ, beat Dominic Cruz in that amazing boxing that he showcased. Love the TJ Dillashaw rivalry, but I don't know. It's a tough fight to pick. Obviously, you see here I got Barney Barcelos by submission, but I don't know. I don't know if I can really trust in Hani Barcelos's chin. And let's be honest, Cody Garbrandt, granted he did get submitted by Devison Figueiredo, but is Harney Barcelos really better than Devison Figueiredo? I think not. Former champ. Um, and Devison Figueiredo, he know his grappling's amazing. So I really don't see a victory for Hani Barcelos. He could he could just hold him up against the cage and squeak out a decision, take the fight out of Cody Garbrandt, take the power out of him. But honestly, his chin's questionable. I don't think I trust Ani Barcelos' chin, man. I think I'm switching my pick there to Cody Garbrandt. I'm gonna say he's gonna get a TKO, either round one or round two. I'm gonna go round one TKO with Cody Garbrandt. Near even odds too. I mean this is pretty much a coin flip. It says he's 33 years old, Mr. Cody Garbrandt, but he's been fighting in the UFC for a very long time. I think the when he held the belt was like back in 2017. So yeah, he's an old fighter. I mean, it's not obviously he's not really really old and like, but he's up there. But yeah, give me Cody Garbrandt by TKO in round one. Next fight up the card, we have Mr. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Petrowski. I don't know what it is with these middleweights, but they're just like kind of goofy, huh? Like they just like knock each other. They like you got Mr. Andre Petrowski here knocking himself out by getting a takedown. You got DDP flopping everywhere, looking like a Looney Tunes character. I don't know, man. What a silly weight class middleweight is. It's like the best of both worlds, like kind of in between of like lighter man skill, and they're like got that stockiness of like the heavyweights, and they're just silly. It's just silly weight class, and I love it. Um, but yeah, just give me Edmund Shabazian by TKO. I do not trust the chin of Andre Petrowski. Granted, he's on a little. He got a nice little win streak here, actually. But I mean, he's like these guys aren't that good, man. Dylan Budka, Josh, what is this, Josh Fremd, Rodolfo Ferreira. I guess that's good, but I don't know. Like, I don't really see a path for victory for Andre Petrowski. I think Edmund Shabazian here, he's gonna piece him up. I know he had the UFC jitters, and like people are still looking at him like he's green, but I mean he's not losing to like bad. Eh, Gerald Mearshart, 36 and 17. That's not a bad. That's a bad look. Um, Anthony Hernandez, still not a bad loss. Yeah, I don't know. Really think Edmund Shabazian is coming into his own flow here, and I really think he's gonna piece up Andre Petrowski, take his chin off. I can see it by TKO with a high kick, punches. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can. This is a coin flip fight. It's pretty split, honestly. A lot of people are split between this fight, so you can go either or. But yeah, give me Edmund Shabazian by TKO in round one. Next fight up the card we have is Miranda Maverick versus Rose Thug Namajunas. Listen, I'm going Miranda Maverick. I know a lot of people on Tapology, 78% are picking Rose, but listen, there's a thing to be said with this like conflict of interest between fighters and coaches, like your Sean O'Malley's of the world and Tim Welch, um, and Rose and her coach. And granted, obviously they're in a romantic relationship, but still, it's just that conflict of interest where you're friends with your coach, you're in a relationship with your coach, and they're not really getting the best out of you to fight at such an elite level, to fight at a championship level. And I think when you're dating your coach, you're podcasting with your coach, like Sean O'Malley, um, it really takes away like your potential and leveling up your game and improving your game. I mean, like look at the Sean O'Malley fight. Like Tim Welch claims he was like working on Sean O'Malley's takedown defense, and people are claiming that he looked great in that fight. I mean, he really didn't look great in that fight. Let's be honest. Like his takedown defense is garbage, man. Like if he's been working on takedown defense this whole camp, Tim Welch needs to be fired as a coach because that is just terrible. And like he should have looked way better. And I feel like him being friends with Tim Welch, podcasting with Tim Welch, and that's his coach, it really doesn't do Sean nor Rose dating her coach. It really doesn't do her any justice in improving her game, staying competitive with these guys and gals at the top of the level of the UFC and staying competitive with them. It's really not a good look, and I really think Rose is on her way out here. She's 32. She's been fighting in the UFC. She's kind of one of them old 32-year-olds, kind of like Cody. Um, but yeah, I just think Miranda Maverick is just going to be way more hungrier. She's going to be honestly better coach, and I feel like a lot of people don't take that into consideration with their predictions. The coaching, you know, what's the relationship with the coach? Is the coach holding you accountable? I don't think Rose's coach is holding her accountable, nor did I think Tim Welch was holding Sean O'Malley accountable. He's over here coddling Sean O'Malley. So I don't know. I just don't like these conflict of interest coaches. I really, it puts a bad taste in my mouth, and I think it really turns me off to picking fighters who are buddy buddy with their coach, or in this case, sleeping and dating their coach. So yeah, by that I'm just gonna go Miranda Maverick. I think she's gonna be gritty. I think she's gonna take the fight to Rose. I don't think Rose is gonna have any good corner advice, and with that being said, just give me Miranda Maverick by decision. Next fight up the card, we have Mr. Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. Cobblestone knees. My boy got knees like me. Yeah, man. I'm going Joaquin Buckley by TKO. Listen, Joaquin Buckley, and granted he's been beating up, old men, Stephen Boy, Wonder Boy Thompson, uh, Colby Covington, piecing them up. But and he has that great decision went off of Ruzaboyev, which I think is very underrated. Um, beat Vicente Luque, but Vicente Luque is kind of a dead body, and then beat Alex Morono, which is but listen, man, Kamaru Usman has been out for at least 2 years, 1 year, 7 months, not that long, but still almost 2 years he's been out. Took the fight on short notice against Hamza Chimaev, up a weight class, and looked pretty darn good in that fight. But listen, when ring rust is a real thing, and when you're sitting out this long, he lost to Leon Edwards, looked like shit in this fight. Fluke hit, fluke head kick KO. I remember this fight like it was yesterday. Yeah, he was dominating up until then. But I just think Kamaru Usman's time's up, and Father Time is undefeated. It's it's sad, but it's true. Hasn't been fighting. Like, look how much his ranking has went down since then. He's 54 in the world, and Or wait, this is for middleweight. Sorry, scratch that. He's still ranked as a welterweight, which didn't really make any sense because he hasn't fought since 2 years in the welterweight division, so it doesn't even make any sense. Um, yeah, Joaquin Buckley, he's hungry. His boxing is looking cleaner. His footwork is looking cleaner. He's not just doing the explosive blitz peekaboo style. He's cutting angles now. And he has crazy power in his hands. And people are claiming that Kamaru Usman's gonna grapple fuck Joaquin Buckley. I don't see it. I really don't. Like, Joaquin Buckley's strong. He's looking great in the welterweight division. He's found his footing in this division, and his takedown defense is really good. He could take him down, honestly. And I just think like Joaquin Buckley, the physicality, the grit, the hunger is all there. The power in his hands is all there. You know, like Kamaru Usman, all he's banking on is his experience. He's gonna be slower than Joaquin Buckley, and honestly, that's all it takes in these fights is just being a half a second slower than your opponent, and bam, they're piecing you up. Even if he doesn't knock him out, being a half a second slower, he's just getting to you first. He's scoring these punches first. He's scoring the jab, the hooks, the cross, the kicks. Everything's hitting first. We know Kamaru Usman has a great jab, and Buckley is susceptible to rangier strikers. And Kamaru does have that going for him, but they're both the same reach, man. And all I see now is just Joaquin Buckley slipping under that jab of Kamaru Usman in round two, round three, finding the timing. And I really think he's gonna find Kamaru Usman's chin. He's gonna stalk Kamaru Usman down. You know, um, Kamaru Usman can only keep up that jab for so long, and Buckley's not gonna get discouraged. He has a great team behind him, and yeah, I think it's Buckley's time here. And this is, honestly, this is a great time to fight Kamaru Usman for Buckley. Granted, if this was like 3 years ago, we'd be having a different conversation here. I picked Kamaru Usman by a dominant decision, might maybe even ground and pound. Um, but yeah, it's just it's over for Usman. I think. Maybe he surprises us here, but I truly doubt it. Um, but yeah, this is just the passing of the torch. I think this is just a new generation coming up, eating the old. It's a tale as old as time. So yeah, give me Joaquin Buckley by a round three TKO. And I'm really looking forward to this car. This car's not that bad. Better than that what was that Blanchfield versus Barber Apex car? That car was horrible. The UFC needs to do better. But yeah, that's my predictions for this fight. And look forward to it. See you guys next time.